Dix Parkway. I'm assuming that's named after a guy named Drew Dix. D-R-E-W-D-I-X. Right? No harm, no foul. Wrong. That kid has to go to school. Hey, Drew! Draw any dicks lately? You know? There'd be pictures of penises drawn all over his locker and shit. Because, you know, as far as I know, elementary school kids don't have lockers. They just have books, and they hang the backpack on there, their coat and whatnot. And then they get a locker thing in middle school. But there's still always a few stragglers who are still stuck in grade school. But anyway, and then high school, you should have moved on, but by then, and you're not engaging in immature shit. Like I remember, I got in trouble in 6th grade once for throwing crayons. And number one, I wish I would have thought of this, but I didn't. So I was throwing crayons. I don't know if I was throwing them at somebody or just throwing them to watch them bounce off the wall or something. And I got in trouble for it, and they marched me down to the principal's office for crying out loud. I mean, it was a long time ago. I don't really remember, but it was me and another accomplice or assailant or whatever you call it. And one of the other teachers, you know, because in grade school, at least the way I did it, is we had like 4 teachers. We had our homeroom teacher, and then we'd like transfer between classes. And then in middle school and high school, you've got, you know, 6 periods, 7 periods, you know, so you got all your stuff, and you just walk to your next class. But one of the other teachers was like, what's wrong? Where are you going? You know, because she was like marching us to the principal's office when she should be in school teaching or whatever in class. And she's all, I'm taking them down to the principal's office. And the teacher was like, what for? And she said it just like this. She's all, throwing crayons. And the other teacher was like, gasp. I mean, he didn't actually do that, but he had a look on his face like that. And I you know, should have said, you know, it's like, well, what's the big deal? It's just throwing crayons, you know. Yes, we're 6th graders. We're young adults, damn near, really. But so why are we still using crayons? We should be allowed to use pens, you know, in 6th grade. You know, we need to learn to, you know, think about what we're doing, you know, because we're not always going to be able to erase our mistakes. Okay? Next year we're going to be in middle school. Fuck off with your crayons. Now, if I had been coloring, you know, if I was vandalizing the wall or the desk or anything, then I can understand. Which, by the way, I was either 4th or 5th grade. I found out that I was sitting in the desk of one of my friends, and they kept all the school supplies, you know, in the little bin. The desk had like a little storage compartment underneath it. So I thought, I'm gonna play a joke, and I colored the inside of his desk. And he ratted me out. Now, I don't remember if he knew that I was sitting there or not. I think he may have. I like told him because he was my friend. I'm like, hey, I'm sitting at your desk. I don't know how I figured it out. It had his stuff in it or something because you keep your main shit, you know, in your desk, and then just take your social studies, you know, folder or notebook, you know, to switch classes for social studies over there. Because I remember thinking, well, you fucking rat. You ratted me out. What are you? It's school property. Who cares? I don't own it. You know, what do you have pride in your desk? But this shit, you know? But, I mean, I get it. What else did I do? There was something. Oh yeah, when we would watch movies, I would slowly sneak over to, if we were in the home room where they were playing the movie and you were the guest class, the people, you know, in the homeroom would just sit in their desks, and everybody else would have to sit on the floor, cross-legged, of course. That was standard procedure. And I'd tie their shoes to their desk. Ah, the memories. I still remember all that shit. Shit. And I wasn't a bully or anything. You know, I had my fair share of getting picked on. And occasionally, you know, I would pick on somebody. And I gave a kid a wedgie so bad I ripped his underwear completely off. I don't remember who, what, when, where, why, but anyway. Yes. Oh, and this kid named Mickey. He was a bigger kid, you know, because when you're that age, you know, it's like there's always the one kid that's, you know, a mountain. And he played pee-wee football. And he must have been out of pants or something, because he wore his football pants to class, like with the pads in them and everything. And he was obviously self-conscious about it. And I went over there, and I don't remember exactly what I said, but I'm like, hey, Mickey, what kind of pants are those? And I knew what kind of pants they were. But he's all, they're football pants, you idiot. And I said, I'm sorry, I was just wondering why you were wearing the clowny pants. And he charged me like a bull and chased me. But I could outrun him, and I started doing the high step. You know, I put my arm like I was holding a football, and I had my arm out like I was, you know, pushing people away. And I was, you know, high stepping, you know what I mean? I was raising my feet up in the air. And I don't remember if I said, he could go all the way or not, but, you know, they don't make them like they used to anymore. Kids, I mean, if you tried that shit these days, you know, they'd have to have an after-school meeting amongst parents and kids, you know, and it'd just be a fucking stupid shit show. So, Cleopatra, we're going to do it old school. Now, you're a little younger than me, so you might not be kind of hip to the ways, you know. I don't know what your school experience was like, you know, like any of it, grade school, middle school, high school. But, yeah, we're bringing back old school.